Good morning, welcome to another video on the Versa. So we're going to go ahead and knock out the control arms. So bushings pretty shot on these. These are original 216,000 mile control arms with the ball joints torn. So I just got new Moog control arms. So we'll go ahead and pull these apart and replace it. We're going to start with the ball joint. It is a 14 millimeter, so we're going to pop this off. And then push the bolt through. Thread that on so you don't damage the threads. And I'm going to use a punch to get the rest of the way through. Just like that. It's quite rusty, so we'll make sure we clean that up. Now next, the hard part is getting this out. So I have a air hammer pickle fork that I'm going to use. They also make ones you can hit with a hammer, so let me show. So looks like this. I got mine on an air hammer. They also make one you can hit with a regular hammer. I'm going to use this. This doesn't, since it's like a slotted, there's nothing, the other tools like can wedge in here and then push down on the stud, but we don't have a stud to push down on. There's another tool that would work with this that'll push straight down, but you have to remove the axle. And I'm not trying to pull the axle out. That's a lot of work for just trying to pop this down. If yours isn't rusty, this one's a little rusty, you may get lucky with just using a hammer and maybe a pry bar. Maybe if you can get something to wedge in between the slot here and kind of open it up so it slides out. So we'll see how lucky we get with this, but yeah, if yours isn't rusty or anything, you may just be able to get it with a hammer. So we'll go ahead and spray some rust stuff in there. Make sure to clean your brake rotor too after. I'm gonna take the pickle fork. Okay. I got it kind of stuck in there. There we go. There it goes. So yeah, just takes a bit with the air hammer. Recommend an air hammer for sure, or at least the pickle fork with the hammer. And kind of hitting it back and forth. This one obviously had a ton of rust in it. So that's the ball joint out. I don't think it matters which one of these you do next. I know I'd do the ball joint first just so these are still holding it up and it's not flopping all over the place. So This is an 18, the back bolt and nut. I'll go ahead and pull this off. Oops. That just slides right out. This front bolt is a 22. Okay, pull that out, and this should slide out. That's it. All right, here's our old one here. You can see the bushing is pretty smoked. This one looks fine. You can't really see anything on that. And then obviously our ball joint was all tore up, and then got even more tore up when we used the ball joint tool to get it out. So this is our new one. Again, this is a Moog. I'll put the part numbers in the description. So make sure you pull your little cover off. And I'm gonna lube this a little bit with a little bit of anti-seize on the top. Just, you know, we saw there's rust in there. So just to kind of, if I ever have to pull this out again, make it easier. So we'll go ahead and get this in. I'll kind of get these into place and then get our, hopefully get the ball joint started. Then we can kind of we'll have to pick up and kind of maneuver it around to be able to slide these bolts back in. And then obviously have to get it up to ride height. So load the suspension before you torque these two bushings. The ball joint you can torque with it, however, but the bushings it needs to be in like driving position. So usually like use a jack. Obviously I'm on a lift, so I have a little like lift jack, and just jack the suspension up. I usually go until it starts lifting the car up, or right before it starts lifting the car up, just load the suspension. Alright, so I got the ball joint in with the dead blow, and hopefully I can slide the bolt and nut in there. Go. Okay, now the hard part is getting these bolts to go in. As said, you may have to jack up from here. It kind of wants to push it out though. I think I was able to get this one in just by putting like a lineup, like a screwdriver, a lineup bar in there. And then also using a dead blow to kind of get it where it needs to go. So go ahead and start with this one. I have this really long punch, so get in here, try and line it up. And the service manual doesn't state putting Loctite or anything on these bolts that I saw, so let's take the, there we go. So dead blow is going to be your friend. Okay, we got that started. I'll move to the front. This one's hopefully a little easier because you You can see where you're lined up. So go that way a little bit. Actually, probably use a small pry bar for this one. So there we go. Just like that. Sure it's started and not cross threading, so I'll get a ratchet and kind of run that in a little bit. All right, good. We're going in with it. Okay, it's hand tight. Like I said, we can go ahead and start with the ball joint. The ball joint doesn't have to be loaded, so I can go ahead and torque that where it's at. So we'll go ahead and get it snug. Oh, I'm gonna need backup on that. Okay. I believe both of these nuts you're supposed to replace. I don't have new nuts from Nissan, so I'm reusing them, but I believe both nuts are supposed to be replaced. I'll put like a subtitle in it once I look it up in the video. Okay, and the ball joint goes to 41 foot-pounds. Get a backup wrench on there. All right. Okay, now I'm going to pick up on the suspension and load the suspension. Right there should be loaded. So as you can see, it's pretty much like, it's not completely straight horizontally, but pretty close. So that's likely where the car is going to be riding when it's on the ground under all the weight. So we'll go ahead and torque our two bolts in here. So obviously you can't get to the nut on this to torque from the nut. This is 109 foot-pounds on the back, and then the front is 88 foot-pounds. Oops. So I'll go ahead and start with the easy one. We'll do the front. Okay, so we got 88 foot-pounds on this. That's it. This is 109 foot-pounds. We'll wait till our wrench dog's off there. That's torqued. Now we can let the weight off the suspension. All right, with the lower control arms in, we'll put our wheels back on. And these get torqued to 83 foot-pounds. So snugged up with the gun, when we put the car on the ground, we'll torque them to 83 foot-pounds. All right, that's it for this video. I'm gonna go take this for a drive, feel it out, but everything's good to go on it, torqued up, wheels are torqued, and it should be good. Guess stick around, see what else. I think I'm pretty caught up on this car, but I do have some other projects I'm working on, so keep an eye out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.